Hey everybody, welcome to Mammoth Interactive's YouTube channel. First of all, I want to thank you for watching this video. And remember that this channel doesn't do Patreon. Instead, we sell our digital courses down below. And every single dollar that we get from the products you buy below goes into making more content. The best way to help out this channel and Mammoth Interactive is to subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. Get thousands of hours and hundreds of courses for a low price down below. We have a monthly option and a yearly option. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the video.
Welcome back. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to change the text of the item here. So right now we have basically, it says text block. Well, we wanted to say something a little bit different. So what we need to do is we need to open in this thing to look at. And what we need to do is we need to add in a variable name. Now this variable name can be item name. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're also going to say that this is text. Okay, and you shouldn't see this here, but it should say, well, change variable type here. And nevertheless, this is looking pretty good. All right, I think that one little thing was for prototyping off a screen. So anyway, it doesn't really matter that you probably shouldn't get that error message there. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's hop into the widget here. And we're going to set this item here. And it's actually really easy to do. If you type in text and we say set text, right? We need to set it to text. So in here, we're going to add in another parameter. And we're just going to call this item name. Okay. And it's going to be of type text. Compile it. Drag that over. Okay, so essentially it will do something there if we allow it. If we send it something. So if we hop into the chair here and we go to the event begin play, we can set item name to chair. Okay, we can do the exact same thing for table. Go to event begin play, set item name. And we're going to say it's table. Okay, pretty easy stuff. Let's go ahead and let's check that out here. Sure enough, didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. All right. And that's why we didn't do it, is because we have to actually do this item name here. And we have to get the item name and drag it over. And that's why it didn't work. Right. So here we go. We got table and chair. Looks pretty good, right? So look at here, it says the table and then the chair. Okay, so there we go. Pretty easy, not too complicated. But what we can also do is we can also do we could add in, if we really want to, we could add in a description. Okay, and or some more text to this here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in. And I'm going to drag this block. I'm just going to actually drag another text blocks in here. And I'm going to just size to content. And by the way, you should always, well, you should click that size to content here. But in here, I'm going to change the font size to 16. That's probably still too big. Maybe 14. Okay. And I'm going to call this one here text. This is text. We can call this text name. We can call this text description. Okay, and we also need to make that is variable. So I'm going to go ahead and compile that here and hop back in here. Now that we have a description in there, we need to do another thing. So not only that, we need to set the visibility of the description, right? There we go. And then the same thing here. We're going to description here, and it's basically we're going to be doing the exact same thing. We're going to be first of all, we need to set visibility. Okay. Kind of move that over here. Then we need to set position in viewport. We're going to drag that position all the way over here. And then lastly here, we need to set the text. And then here, we now need a new variable here, and we're going to call this description. Okay, compile that. Hop back into the things to look at here, and we can actually just duplicate this and call this description, like so. Compile that. And then we can set description to this chair is comfortable. Okay, and then for table here, set description, and we'll say this table was on sale, or this table is sturdy. Okay, there we go. So let's compile both of these here, and let's just take a quick look at that here. So we got the table, and we have the chair. So not quite everything here. But we're close. So let's go back to the info text here. Yes, the description has to be moved over, and we need to description. I'm going to get that here, and it might be better to put the item name and description there. And there we go. I think that should do it. There we go. And look at that. That actually looks pretty good. Now, you can probably see where, something was wrong, right? So we forgot to do something. So let's, before I would say why we were going to use this here, let's go to the hide description here, and that's what it is. It should be hidden instead of visible. So let's go ahead and let's test it again. This is why you test things early and often. Right? Chair, table. Here we go. And that looks pretty good. So where would you use this? Well, the most obvious place you would use this kind of you'd use this here is obviously augmented reality. So let's say you are around and it's and you have your objects here. You give what it is and what the description is. So this is a very basic way as to make this as to how this works here. Now, when it comes to augmented reality, when you do the specific like line trace or whatever, that might be a little bit different. And depending on which augmented reality system that you're going to be using, it might be different. So you have to keep that in mind. All right. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.